The Season 5 Volume 1 of Stranger Things opens up from when Will first went into the Upside Down world, where the scared Will is singing his favorite song, Should I Say or Should I Go, inside the Castle Byers. Then suddenly he hears the Demogorgon. Will shoots it and runs for his life. He climbs up a tree, then he sees the Demogorgon searching for him. The Demogorgon climbs up fast. Will jumps to another tree and fails miserably. He comes crashing down and falls unconscious. The Demogorgon takes Will to Vecna. Vecna uses his tentacles to catch Will. Then Vecna approaches Will.
Long there, we can begin.
He then raises a tentacle that is attached to his mouth, through which something goes inside him.
We are going to do such beautiful things together, William.
Will helplessly bears all the pain. Season 5 starts 1.5 years after the events of Season 4. At the Wheelers' house, Mike's younger sister Holly sees a faint shadow outside the window. Then Mrs. Wheelers tells her to wake up everyone in the house. Both the Byers and the Wheelers family have breakfast together. Then everyone leaves for work and school at a radio station named WSQK, where Robin is doing a live broadcast. During the broadcast, we get to know that the entire town of Hawkins has been quarantined. Since Hawkins had been hit by a 7.4 magnitude earthquake, nobody is allowed to leave the town, as everyone in the Hawkins has been exposed to the upside-down snowflakes. The town of Hawkins is under the control of the military. There are military checkposts everywhere. Military vehicles and helicopters are casually moving around in Hawkins. The area around the biggest upside-down portal has been declared a military access control zone, also called MAC-Z. It's more like a military base there. The military is closely monitoring the upside-down portal. Suddenly, something disrupts Robin's live broadcast. Robin and Steve go out to check. Steve calls Dustin for help, but he is getting late for school, so he can't help him right now.
You heard that tone.
In high school, everyone stares at Dustin's Hellfire Club t-shirt. Then 2 bullies show up reminding him not to wear that shirt, but Dustin stands his ground. The bullies try to rip his shirt apart.
Stop.
Then Lucas shows up and tells them to stop, followed by Mike and Will.
No one wants to see that shit.
The boys advise Dustin to stop wearing that t-shirt as he's becoming a target. They remind him what Hopper said, blend in and follow the rules. Then Dustin gets mad and leaves. There we see that Elle has been declared missing. The scene then shifts to Elle, who's running from a bunch of military men in the woods. Even a helicopter is after her. They surround her and tranquilize her, but when they see her face,
It's not her.
meanwhile, somewhere else in the woods, Elle is jumping over cars, exploding pumpkins, and jumping over a bus. Hopper and Joyce measure the time Elle took to finish the training session.
12 minutes, 33 seconds.
It's a new record.
She's learning to better use her powers, but Elle's not happy with her performance.
I could beat the time, reset it.
You're gonna injure yourself.
Reset it!
Then a grocery truck shows up at the military checkpoint. It's Murray who shows a fake ID of Austin Milbarge and gets past the checkpoint. Meanwhile, at the radio station, Steve, Robin, Nancy, and Jonathan search the technical manual, and they find out that they need to fix the remote radio head. They stand in front of a tall tower. Someone has to climb up to fix it. Steve and Jonathan argue over who's going to fix it.
Voltage, unless you want to fry.
Steve goes inside to lower the voltage, but Jonathan has already started climbing to the top. Steve tries to climb from the other side, trying to catch up. They both climb up with all they have and reach the top at the same time. They fix whatever's wrong and then...
I fixed it!
Meanwhile, Murray shows up at the radio station and reimburses them with supplies, including ammo, grenades, and some information about a cargo delivery to the MAC-Z.
A lot of cargo.
He tells them that it will take 2 hours to unload that much cargo. Dustin then goes into the science lab and says hi to a snake. Then he joins the boys at lunch. Then Robin starts broadcasting again and sends a message to Hopper and the boys in code words. Hopper and Mike note down the message and realizes that they have to do it tonight.
Crawl tonight.
Hopper goes into the bus and opens a secret passage to the tunnels underneath the Hawkins. Meanwhile, the boys go out in the woods. Steve and his group go inside their secret basement. Nancy explains the plan to everyone. The supply convoy will reach Hawkins base at 10:15 sharp. Lucas and Mike will cover observation posts, and when soldiers will start the burn at MAC-Z, they'll signal Hopper. Meanwhile, Dustin and Steve will drive a car with an antenna. That will transmit telemetry signals between -60 and 70 dB, so that they can track Hopper and give radio signals to Hopper in the Upside Down. Hopper will have 2 hours to find Vecna in the Upside Down. Don't worry, it will soon make perfect sense. Steve is not so optimistic about this mission, because they have done about 37 crawls missions already, and haven't found Vecna once. Even Elle can't find him in her bath. But Mike says we will not stop, till they are sure that Vecna is dead. Then Will senses something in the air. The sky spins around him, which means
Maybe he's close.
they hear an alarm and the boys leave immediately. Meanwhile, at the middle school, some bullies pick on Holly, then spin the merry-go-round and the sky starts spinning for her too. Then playtime's over, so all the kids go inside. But Holly sees someone and approaches him. Holly begins to talk to him. The teacher goes after her to check. Turns out there's no one there. She is talking to a ghost or something. Meanwhile, Sergeant Ramirez reports to Dr. K in the military base, who is operating on a creature from the Upside Down. They have even locked a tentacle monster inside a glass chamber.
I need the girl.
Turns out this military base is in the Upside Down. In the tunnel beneath the Hawkins, Hopper doesn't want to take Elle to the crawl mission. She tries to convince him that she has passed the training session, and impressively did it in under 12 seconds. But Hop is not convinced. Then Joyce tries to convince him, but he just wants to protect his daughter. The military has set up an entire base to find her in the Upside Down. He doesn't want to put her life in danger for some stupid mission. Then Hopper admits that Elle did make it in under 12 seconds. Then they share a kiss and she leaves. Meanwhile, in the high school, the same bully finds a snake in his locker and a note from Dustin. Everyone starts laughing at him and calls him a sissy. Mike goes to pick Holly from school. She was asked to wait while the teacher talked to her mom. Mike asks if it's about her imaginary friend.
He's only trying to help.
How?
By protecting me.
She's scared because of everything that's been going on. Mike shows her what he does when he's scared. He pulls out his D&D character.
Mike the Brave.
Mike the Brave is never scared, and so is Mike. Then he gives Holly her own character
Holly the Heroic.
and tells her about what she can do. Then he reassures her that she'll keep her safe.
She'll keep you safe. I promise.
Meanwhile, Lucas and Will are in the hospital next to Max's bed, who's currently in a coma. Lucas then pulls out a cassette and plays her favorite song. Will goes out to grab a Coke. Just then, he sees Robin at the hospital.
Rockin' Robin!
Robin is here for Vicky. She tells her that she has canceled their date tonight, but also gives her the good news of a reservation at Enzo's tomorrow. Vicky is very happy to hear that. Then they both have their moment. Will secretly watches them, and then he accidentally drops the can. Robin goes out to check and sees Will running.
Shit.
Meanwhile, Dustin visits Eddie's grave. He finds a message written with blood. Then he sees the dead snake and freaks out. Then all the bullies show up and surround him. But Dustin is not scared. He fights back by throwing a chemical on their faces, then lands a few punches, but soon he is overpowered. And then they beat the shit out of him. At the radio station, the boys are waiting for Dustin. Just then, Hopper, Elle, and Joyce join them. Elle hugs Mike and says,
Do you think Dustin is okay?
Then they talk on the rooftop about Vecna. They will surely find him this time, because earlier Will had a feeling. Mike reassures her that after all this is over, they'll live happily ever after.
Together.
Then Lucas calls them. Everyone gets prepared, and Jonathan gives Hopper a tag. Steve spins the wheel in the car and gets a steady signal at 90 dB. But since they haven't heard anything from Dustin, Jonathan has to take his place.
You lose me out there, I'm not coming home.
Jonathan goes with Steve.
Just focus on driving.
Then the car drives away, followed by Mike and Lucas. In the woods, Hop opens a secret entrance to the tunnel beneath Hawkins. Meanwhile, Holly wears a necklace. Then she hears her parents arguing over her imaginary friend. She goes to her room and starts crying. In the tunnels, Hopper finds a ladder and climbs into the military base. Meanwhile, Lucas and Mike take their positions and monitor the situation with binoculars. Then they see the cargo trucks coming to the east gate.
4 trucks. We got action.
2 men in hazard suits launch flamethrowers at the glowing red upside-down portal and clear the path for the trucks to go inside. Lucas and Mike signal Hopper. He makes the move and hides inside a truck. Soon, all the trucks drive into the Upside Down. Steve and Jonathan drive on the same path in the real world, on which the trucks are driving in the Upside Down.
Van is on the move.
This is done so that Hopper gets signals in the Upside Down, and they can talk to him over the radio. Suddenly, the trucks crash into each other one by one. They don't know what the hell is going on. Elle says that the soldiers know he's there. Hopper takes the position and aims. Will gets goosebumps, and somehow he can see from the eyes of a Demogorgon. He goes into a trance-like state in which he sees the Demogorgon just ripping apart soldiers. The lights start flickering in the radio station. Watching the massacre, the truck driver turns and goes in the opposite direction. Just then, the Demogorgon rushes towards Hopper, but just goes over the truck and straight up ends the driver. Without a driver, the truck crashes into a tree, and Will also collapses on the floor. Everyone tries to wake him up. Then a massive power surge causes a blackout. Hopper wakes up and goes out the truck to check.
Squawk, you copy? Joyce, anyone?
Since Steve has lost him, he can't contact them in the real world. Then he hears a Demogorgon and goes in the direction of the sound. Meanwhile, Joyce tries to wake up Will, but he's still seeing through the monster's vision. The Demogorgon runs in the Upside Down and finds the Wheelers' house. It runs to the house in a terrifying fashion. Just then, Will wakes up scared. He then warns everyone about what he saw.
It's coming for them.
Nancy and Elle immediately leave, telling Robin to restore power and alert everyone. At the Wheelers, Ted is playing golf and Mrs. Wheelers is drinking. Holly is lying in her room. When she notices lights flickering in her room, she takes out the light, but it still flickers. Then suddenly the ceiling starts moving and a portal opens up. Terrifying hands emerge out of the portal. It's the Demogorgon. Be sure to watch the recap of all the episodes of Stranger Things Season 5 on my channel. See you in the next one. Goodbye.